you can manipulate Reddit and basically get whatever you want to appear front page number one, and you're just one person.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm here in Chicago and I'm visiting my brother, who, if you don't know, does the exact opposite of what I do. So while I'm on the ground interviewing people and talking about real news, he's literally making fake news. So he's made viral videos, one where some guy releases balloons with drugs on them and got like hundreds of millions of views. Everyone thought it was this real police video, but it was just a viral hoax. A bunch of other things. One of the more notable things in the realm of fake news was he made a fake article about the discovery of a new species of cannabis and actually tricked some digital publications into reporting it as fact. So I figured this is a good opportunity to learn about. It's not so much about how journalists do fake news, but about how marketers and viral content strategists do fake news. So do you want to just explain the whole cannabis thing and
Basically what I did was I wrote an article. And then I made a website with the domain name of org-html. You want to show them?
Yeah.
org-html.info. And what I would do is I would make a...
too dark. Yeah,
What?
you can see that.
Yeah, and what I would do is I would make a subdomain on it of whatever website I wanted. So NBC5 would be the subdomain, so it would say .org. Or
So people would see nbc.org.
And then some random, html.info, and most people aren't familiar with the internet enough to notice that there's something off there. So
yeah.
I wrote a fake article, posted it on my subdomain that looked like NBC, and then I put it on Reddit, our trees, and
So that's the marijuana subreddit.
yeah,
And then everyone believed it.
and I pushed it to the top. Everyone was believing it. Yeah, High Times wrote an article about it, and I actually made the article as ridiculous as I could.
Oh yeah.
It was
So you put in the article that you were dating pop star Meghan Trainor, and that you were the dean or something from a Sydney University. And
I was a scientist researcher from University of Sydney.
can you Google this? See if you can Google it real quickly and pull it up. And then so basically, I'll try and recap what you were saying, that you made a subdomain so that appears before the actual website. And did you find it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could probably just pull up a better screenshot of this, but
Here, let me go to this is the article where they rewrote.
they basically said we were duped.
Yeah, this is, and they linked to this article.
Did they say this was the story of the year?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, High Times isn't the bastion of good journalism, right? They're a weed publication. But yeah, it says this story has been debunked. I'll pull up an actual screenshot of this because it'll be easier to view. But basically, yeah, it says according to Poole, there's quotes from you.
It's got my name right there. It said researcher Christopher Poole.
They did no fact checking on this.
Yeah. No. Well, NBC posted it, so why? Why would they?
It must be true.
Yeah.
So wait, a cloned version of NBC that you made. How long did that take you to do?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Cloned website. And then High Times, which, again, it's not like the bastion of great journalism. Yeah. It's not, but there's a lot of people who read it believing what they're seeing is true. And then a bunch of smaller, lesser-known blogs picked up the story, too, I think, right?
And I think there were more, but this was the main one that I noticed because it was High Times, like the magazine focused on marijuana.
Yeah. So basically, the publication that is supposed to know the most is supposed to be one of the prime, outlets for you to learn about it, just picked up a random garbage story they saw off the internet, didn't fact check it, didn't call the university, didn't...
No, they actually, in the article, they say that they tried. We're waiting on a response from the university.
Oh, I think that's actually even worse, that they knew they were supposed to do more.
Oh, they wrote the article, then started fact checking.
But not just that, but they decided, hey, instead of waiting for the proof, let's just publish the article and say we're waiting for the proof. Yeah. And so it ends up, I think when this happened, it got a ton of shares, like the article on High Times went viral or something.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
Like tens of thousands of shares. So, fake news, and this is like a really interesting example of how, again, like I'll say it a million times, High Times is not, Wall Street Journal or something, but people took it as fact. And so then I guess the other thing that outside of news publications and things like that, and I'll say it's interesting to hear about the manipulating to the fake URL, but what about some of the stuff you've done with Reddit? So basically, I'll give a quick recap to people, and then you can pull up what you need to pull up. But so my brother made a YouTube channel pranking some, calling out some bigger YouTubers, and manipulated social media, Reddit, YouTube, in order to get a ton of attention for it. And this is another example of media market manipulation. So Reddit is, as I understand, as the stuff you've told me, is extremely easy to manipulate. Like I actually tweeted about it.
So easy.
So Reddit it gets like 1 billion viewers per month. Mm-hmm. Like we just heard, High Times used an article they saw on Reddit without fact checking. It's like, oh, it's on Reddit.
People just it's not even content aggregation anymore. It's content creation.
Yeah. I mean, Reddit. That's what Reddit wants. But now we've heard this time and time again since Reddit's been around that BuzzFeed will simply go to Reddit and then write what someone posted in like a text post or something.
And just quote the users sometimes.
Yeah. A lot of people. I mean, Reddit's a place where things happen. So you can manipulate Reddit and basically get whatever you want to appear front page #1, and you're just one person.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder about what big marketing companies are doing.
If I worked for a company with big budget, I could make every single post whatever I wanted
in the order you wanted.
Yeah.
So let's I guess explain how this works.
So it's a lot easier with the smaller subreddits. I used to do it with r/videos because it was a YouTube channel, so I want videos to go up there. And that was
it was default. I had like 8 million subscribers.
So that was pretty big, and it still worked. It was just maybe 20% less efficient, maybe. And So let me explain Reddit a little bit. I mean, I think most people who watch know what Reddit is, but generally it's like a forum, and you can upvote something or downvote something, and when enough people say upvote, the post will start moving up to the top. More people will see it, and if enough people downvote, it starts disappearing. And so you've got different ways of manipulating that system. Yeah.
And aside from that, there's also ways to just manipulate the people, right? Like
it's kind of both.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's explain how this works.
It's a hive mind, so everyone just kind of likes to think in the same way. So first, you have to understand how they think. I don't just put anything on Reddit and then and magically make it go up. Part of it is tricking people into, not really tricking them, but making things that the hive mind would respond to and enjoy. After that, then I just kind of push everyone else down and push myself up. So what I do is, I don't actually use the Reddit's app. I use Reddit is Fun, because you can log into multiple accounts. And so, for example, we can go to a smaller one, because smaller subreddits are guaranteed to get you to the top.
Yeah. So on a smaller subreddit, there's much less people. So there's it's easier. One vote might have a bigger impact than say on something with 8 million subscribers.
Yeah. So, this one's got 10,000 people. It's r/sports.
So that's really small. But there's 10,000 people. There are people who are there. They're reading. They're using it.
So, as an example, I would go to r/sports on my phone, and then log into my first account.
Oh, well, how many accounts do you have?
Right now I have 10. I don't really do this much anymore. So.
But you used to have a lot more?
I think I had 30 at one time.
All right, so what's the point of having more than one account?
Yeah, I'm going to explain that. So the more upvotes you have, the higher your content goes. But it doesn't really work because they watch your IP, and if your IP is voting multiple times, it just kind of nullifies it and ignores it.
Like they know if someone's in your house using your internet voted.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird because I feel like colleges would all have the same IP.
I think they have slightly different for different nodes or something. I don't know.
But,
so how does it work using different accounts then? If is your phone going to have the same IP address?
Yeah. So when a cell phone connects to a cell tower, it's given in its own IP address. If the phone's turned off or put into airplane mode, it drops that IP address and picks up a new one. So it's really easy to have a whole handful of IP addresses just by...
There's an unlimited number.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands maybe, right?
I'm not actually sure about that, but there's at least probably 30 different IP addresses you could get.
Well, yeah, but there's got to be more. I mean, how many people live near a cell phone tower within range? It's got to be 100,000 or.
I have gotten the same IP address back while switching before, though. That's why I don't really know.
So you put your phone in airplane mode,
and then I'll post something from a computer, from my desktop, from like a normal account. Then I go to it, like R Sports New, and I'll log into my first account, and I'll upvote it. But I don't just upvote it. So if it's 2, it goes down. If it's 0, it goes up.
So wait, you vote on everything?
No. If it's 1, I ignore it.
Yeah.
Because it's already, normal. And I'm basically just downvoting anything higher than 1 and upvoting all the zeros. And what that does is it puts a wrench in the works, whatever you want to call it.
It jams up the algorithm.
Yeah. It makes it so that
everyone's
opinions are being nullified.
But I've also noticed this happen with things that so I have a service for my YouTube that when someone posts to Reddit, it tells me. Mm-hmm. And then I've seen someone post one of my videos, and then I go to it, and it instantly has 0, and I'm like, oh, bummer. But then when I look, I see that all of the videos have 0, right? Like somebody is going in and doing what you're doing.
That's how you get caught. That's how you grab attention to yourself. You don't want to just downvote everything. I don't know exactly how Reddit's algorithm works, but I would guess that anyone who does a mass downvote.
I don't know. I feel like you, as quickly as you go through it voting, a computer could find that you're just quickly voting on things.
No,
I just feel like
people are expected to vote. So if I'm doing ups and downs randomly, the algorithm probably doesn't care.
So basically, you're pushing up the really bad stuff because you know it'll fail.
Yeah.
And you're pushing down the good stuff in hopes that it will fail. That way, it gives your post more room to grow.
And because my post, I'm also upvoting my own post. So
with 30 accounts.
Yeah. So initially I'll get 30 upvotes, which puts me into R or the rising category. And on the smaller subreddits, it pretty much guarantees me the top 10 front page.
And you've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
This still works for every subreddit.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's more difficult the bigger the subreddit, but it still works
because you've got more people who are voting.
And then say I go through my 30 accounts. Well, there's enough new content on r/new of that subreddit that I can just start over. So it's, you're shifting it by 30 upvotes, and that's a pretty decent shift.
So, I mean, using your IPs, like having your phone bounce back and forth and then voting is like a direct manipulation of Reddit's system.
Yeah.
But I know that you've done stuff with comments, right?
Oh, yeah, in the comments also. When I do post something, like say I posted my my police stop balloon stash video. If the first comment or someone comments fake, which was really common because people aren't, some people aren't stupid. So what I would do is
if the comment was fake?
No, if they wrote FAKE in
caps, they called the video fake.
Yeah. I would just downvote them and upvote anything that I didn't care about. Like, so if someone said, that's a cool van, I'd be like, oh, yeah, sure, go up.
That way the people who see it will
So basically I'm smashing anything I don't like.
So wait, you're controlling the conversation now.
Yeah.
You're getting ideas off of the top so people can't see them.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the way Reddit also works is just like the main subreddit pages, the comments work the same way where people will usually upvote the first comment they see. If it's down at the bottom, less people are going to see it. That's why you could have a mediocre comment at the top, but it'll have 2,000 upvotes, and then you'll have better ones way down. It's because that was the first comment. That's what everyone's voting on.
So I guess the crazy thing is we know companies do this.
We know they didn't.
Yeah, but there's been some journalists who made a video talking about, they were buying
upvotes on Fiverr or something.
Yeah, using like basically small companies that do what you're saying. But I guess I wanted to talk to you about it because I don't know if this is something that's ever been publicly said. Like, here's exactly how you can do it.
Oh yeah, I've never told anyone.
You just so here's what we're saying, or here's what you're saying is that you set up as many accounts as you can, and then you don't use Reddit's app, you use a different app.
Yeah.
You put in airplane mode, and then switch accounts every time. Yeah. And that allows you to upvote, and that bypasses their security for voting.
Yeah, it makes you look like another random person.
So, with that, instead of having one vote like the normal person should, you've got 30.
I've got 30, and every other new post has 1.
But you got caught.
Yeah, on purpose. It was...
Yeah. So what? Yeah. When you were doing the channel reactor, you were manipulating Reddit, and then you got on the front page like 4 times, like the literal default front page, like top posts.
Yeah.
And then how did you end up? They finally banned all of your accounts. How did that end up happening?
Well, because I've been doing this for so long that, like, and I would be obvious sometimes, like careless, like, because at first I was careful, and as time went on, I realized like they don't catch me. Like, this is kind of insane. Yeah. So when I started playing with the Reddit channel, I would I posted it to the front page, and then I took another video and I posted that to the front page, and I just started pushing them as hard as I could because I was like, you know, are they going to catch me? This is crazy. And they actually never caught me because of that. They caught me because I went onto Reddit with a username for the character I was playing, Reactor, and then in a comment I admitted that this was my YouTube character's account and that I had my own personal account, and
then they started digging through.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, 2 accounts. They, you know, what? Come on.
But then they started banning some of your sock puppets, your fake accounts. Like,
they're all gone. All of those are gone, and I made more.
Yeah, it's that easy.
Yeah.
So I guess ultimately the crazy thing about this is companies do it. We know they're doing some kind of manipulation, and there's actually a subreddit called Hail Corporate because they look for posts that are obvious, marketing ploys.
I posted a bag of chips to the front page before.
But think about the importance of the political conversation that's happening on Reddit. And then, if you go to a subreddit like The Donald, they're adamantly, they believe 100% that there are political groups that manipulate the algorithm to upvote things that are anti-Donald Trump and downvote things that are pro-Donald Trump. But then the people who oppose Donald Trump say it's inverted. It's that the Donald is manipulating it. And so there's accusations on all sides that all political factions are trying to get their political ideas to the front page of Reddit because so many people see it.
Yeah, that's probably true. It's probably just a war.
You think it's actually just both factions, like the right and the left, are doing the same thing?
I'm sure I'm not the only one who's realized that you can do this type of stuff. So
yeah, well, you're one person. I imagine the billion-dollar marketing company on a skyscraper in New York knew it first.
Or if I got a job somewhere, I would teach all of the employees to do this.
Are the companies going to be mad now that you're revealing like a basic like manual technique?
Probably not, because Reddit doesn't seem to care. They
Yeah, but a lot of companies make money off this,
Oh, well, that sucks.
So I guess to sort of wrap everything up, it's kind of a mix of knowing what the current state of like the hive mind is, like.
Yeah, you just have to understand it.
But you can see that, there's like every so often there'll be a trend post where people keep posting the same thing over and over again.
The easiest example is if you want to be on the front page of Reddit, don't post anything pro-Trump,
Well, if you want to be on the front page of The Donald,
then post
anything pro-Trump. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In the smaller subreddits, it's actually easier to know what they like.
Yeah.
But like the whole entire Reddit is a little bit more difficult.
I think that there's a good example of someone gave like one of those motivational speeches where they said, if you had $86,000 in your bank account and someone stole $10, would you spend the rest of your money trying to get that money back? And it was the point they're making was that if someone angers you for 10 seconds, are you going to spend the rest of your day? You're going to waste the rest of your seconds to get those 10 seconds back. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
What ended up happening was there was a string of writing prompts. People kept adding to the story. It was a trend, basically, on Reddit, where these posts kept appearing that were, adding to the story. And so it's you see things like that where people will all post the same picture of a dog doing a backflip and then add something to it, and that's where you can see like the Reddit trends.
Yeah, yeah. And then another thing is this process is for getting your own content. Anything like that. It's even easier to get on the front page if you just go to r/aw, go to top post, grab a picture, stick it on there.
Oh yeah.
It's like the easiest way. That's if you care about having karma though, and I don't know.
Yeah, so karma is like you get points.
Yeah,
don't do anything.
Points, yeah.
So I think basically the important point of this conversation really was like how you do it.
Yeah.
How you can control
other people can do it.
Reddit but also news companies and trick them.
Yeah.
I mean, the fascinating thing about the High Times stuff is that you weren't actually trying to trick journalists or writers into posting fake news.
No.
It was
I was trying to trick people, I guess.
Yeah, but the idea is, imagine if you were able to take this, you know, it sounds like it would be so ridiculously easy to actually convince some journalist at a bigger publication of some fake BS. Like Ryan Holiday, you know, he wrote a book called Trust Me, I'm Lying, and he talks about how he manipulates the media in a similar way.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, ultimately, I feel like Reddit's dangerous because a lot of the political opinions you see on there are probably manipulated. There's tons of corporate sponsorship, and you know, I would question how much of it's real. You know. Yeah. Well then, fascinating. Is there anything else that you want to mention about manipulating social media? And
it's really simple. Just gotta make a bunch of accounts. That's it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks, brother. So my brother does a satirical YouTube channel. It's like a whole crazy thing. Maybe we'll do another video at some point talking about like the origin as it pertains to fake news and then what you're doing now. But right now, you're basically satirizing like vlog channels and making fun of like vloggers, and so that's going to go somewhere crazy, I'd imagine. But you can check out his YouTube channel, youtube.com/reactory. So that's REACTORY, and it's comedic entertainment, I guess, with like sometimes a kind of political maybe like social statement or something. Yeah. So if you like this video, comment below and let me know what you think. Really interested to know what all of you think about the manipulation of Reddit and, you know, these fake websites and how to do this stuff, because there's been a lot of accusations, like we said before, about, you know, politically minded or politically affiliated organizations manipulating Reddit and its opinions, and this might be significant, so I don't know. Click the like button if you like the video. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Timcast. If you want to support the work that I do, you can go to patreon.com/Timcast. Give whatever you'd like. Give nothing at all. My videos will always be free and available every single day, and I will see you tomorrow.